So Asmongold just brought up a very good point that I never thought I'd hear someone make. Um, I have to adjust something so you guys don't hear. Well, you guys aren't hearing Minecraft. Here's the thing. I'm gonna play what he said, and I'm gonna iterate on my take. And I have quite a bit of history with this take of his that more proves his point than disagrees with it. Here we go.
He just run at it. But anyway, we got a funny poster. Keep him safe. Yeah, I guess so. And yeah, kid thinks boomers don't know what good games are. Proves he has no idea. Yeah, exactly. And I think this is what's going to happen. It might be retarded, but it's true. That's another big thing is that people think that just because something is stupid, that it's not true. I actually
Okay.
think the opposite.
Not only do I think the opposite, I know the opposite. The entirety of my life, I had the dumbest fear of being eaten by a bear. So when I'm, 22, 23 years old, walking through Falls Pass, Alaska from my dad's house to my then summer job of working at the general store owned by the Isnotsky Corporation, and I see a bear up on a hill munching on a berry looking at me, and I start talking to myself as loudly as possible. The one thought through my head is, holy shit, I'm actually gonna get eaten by a fucking bear. No shot, no chance. So, I start talking much louder. The bear, of course, is just sitting up there munching on its berries, looking at me like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I go back to tell my dad that there's a bear up there, and he gives me a ride to work and scares the bear off. Yada yada yada. The next couple of days, the town ends up dealing with it, and the bear ends up dead for being a nuisance, basically. If you don't think that's a thing, go ask someone who lives in Bush, Alaska, what a nuisance bear is and how they handle it. All the time, all the time. They are actually a physical threat to the town's safety in general. Um, Not only do they kill livestock, they also hurt, maim, and kill children. So, yeah, they die. Anywho, aside from that, back to the main point. There's this weird pseudo rule that I've kind of adapted. If it's if someone comes up to you with quite possibly the most ridiculous, retarded, stupid, whatever thing that happened, right? And now they can probably don't have any proof, right? So trust but verify. There's a thought in my head that says, I wonder what the odds are that this actually did happen because of the amount of stupid stuff I've had to witness and been a part of in my life. Um, you know, we're talking about like really the epitome of stupidity. Drinking one night and waking up the next night, basically bare ass in a fucking cornfield kind of thing. I wouldn't recommend it. But like that's the level of crazy we're talking here. I'm not talking like the aliens anal probe me crazy because that's a whole other can of worms, right? But like I opened a jar of pickles and found a boiled egg in there kind of thing. And I bought the jar off of the store shelf and took it home and opened it. That's the kind of crazy. So when they say stuff like uh, reality is stranger than fiction sometimes, it happens a lot more than people give it credit for. A lot more, like a crap load more. And at the end of the day, I think we need to stop criticizing the ridiculous and start kind of raising an eyebrow of, okay, you said what you said, you have something to back it up. Not that we're calling you a liar, but more a matter of you claim thing. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt because we've seen a lot of crazy things. But do you have something more to substantiate your claims? Now, in this context, they were talking about gaming. Unironically, gaming was a larger chunk of Donald Trump getting elected than what people want to admit to. And here's why The left did it to themselves. I'm not going to get onto this hour-long rant. It's just going to be like 5 minutes, okay? You had Gamergate and Gamergate 2, right? The electric boogaloo, whatever you want to call it, jokingly. Well, the people responsible for that were the same group of leftoids that were in the street marching to push this thing nationwide and make it the new trend worldwide. Now, see, gamers, generally speaking, you leave us alone, we leave you alone, we don't really care, right? We're talking about a group of people with a ton of time, zero motivation for anything but gaming. Okay? To us, going to work is a necessary evil that we have to do to survive for some of us. A lot of us. We would rather be at home playing our video games. So, when you decide to shift from male and female to type A and type B, or you decide that all of our video game characters need to be ass ugly, not just the female ones, but the male ones too, okay? When you decide that pushing your political agenda into our video game space is more important than the quality of our video games, guess who starts paying attention? And here's the problem that you're gonna have with all gamers everywhere. We're obsessive. You give us a boss to beat and you tell us that we can't do it, we're gonna spend the next 2 months getting all the gear necessary to prove you fucking wrong. Some cases are so severe, and I'm referring to a World of Warcraft crowd, a crowd that Asmongold was a part of and is very well versed in, where they spend 2 years, upwards of 2 years, building a character, sometimes way longer than 2 years, to take out one specific boss. You just came to us after fucking with our video games. The one thing that gives us a separate environment that we can do whatever we want away from your level of political retardation that we never wanted anything to do with in the first place and insisted that you injected it into the thing that keeps us happy. You just sparked the most explosive, corrosive, destructive dynamite on yourself that anyone on the planet would have told you, don't do it. You did it. So, what did we do? Well, gamers like me decided that gaming just wasn't worth gaming anymore, so we went over to Twitter and Facebook and all these other social media platforms, Rumble, YouTube, etc. And we decided that you trying to turn Donkey Kong into a gay femboy versus a giant monkey wasn't gonna fucking fly. Now that's an example, and an overblown one at that, but it serves the purpose well. You should have left Mario alone. You should have left Donkey Kong alone. You should have left Final Fantasy alone. You should have let them be the arcs that they were. You fucked with the wrong pond. See, you made the mistake on the left of viewing gamers as just a little pain in your ass. Not so little considering how many we number internationally. So when you come here to America and you say we want to push all this gay shit into Ireland using USAID to do it, and this is reversing events, this just further proves the fact that we gamers were right. You fucking scumbags need to go fuck yourselves and stay out of our fucking entertainment. How about that? I don't give a damn if you think we're racist or some other ism. Take your isms and shove them up your ass. No one gives a fuck. And that, I think, is about going to sum up this video. Um, Asmongold is completely right on his other take in this video, that to a small degree, maybe, but I would argue, a bigger degree than what he's given credit for. A lot of gamers went to the voting booths and said, fuck your gay shit in my video games, and voted for Trump. A lot of them. You're going to sit here and tell me that they have to jam a member of the Rainbow Squad in an NBA 2K game? There's a lot of black folks out there who play NBA 2K and they don't believe in that bullshit. They go to church on Sunday. Some of them are actually outright Catholic. Remember that. Catholicism is not just for white folks. Blacks are Catholics. A majority of Mexican Americans are Catholic. Maybe, not going against the Catholic Church's values and the Christian values as a whole would have been a smart idea. Or better yet, instead of going against what most gamers find fucking popular in the first place, which is attractive characters, good stories, good graphics, good fun gameplay, and trying to say screw all of that to shoehorn in a political agenda, maybe you shouldn't do that shit. But, knowing you and how stupidly, just outright brain dead you are on the fucking left, you won't learn the lesson. You'll keep running into that wall until the wall falls over on you and you're no more as a political party. And you know what? What is it Nux Taku says about downfalls? I'm into that shit. So, watching you quite literally fuck yourself into oblivion would just be fucking entertaining for me. I'll go pop some popcorn and watch you do it over the next, 5 years. Sound good? Because it sure does to me. You're going to sit here and say, we want to neuter our kids, disarm our citizens, and hand over all of our rights to some international bullshit fucking government, like NATO or some other World Health Organization, WEF bullshit machine. Well, guess what? The rest of us aren't fucking here for that. We want to play our video games and be left the fuck alone. Okay? And also stop poisoning our fucking food. I don't think that particular part of the Trump fucking mandate that he got, and stop wasting our tax money on trying to push this stupid bullshit that we don't even want in the first place. I really don't think that's too hard to wrap your fucking mind around. If you can operate around that in the United States Constitution, we have fucking room for you here. If not, go fuck yourself into oblivion and never speak again to any of us, because we have nothing good to say to you. I think that's going to wrap it, and I think I got my point across in about 12 minutes. If you like the video, like the content, hit the subscribe button, and share it amongst your friends. Leave a comment. Don't be afraid to give me a piece of your mind back, because I sure just gave it to you. And I hope, to God, these volume settings finally got their head out of their ass so you can hear me. At the end of the day, though, it's going to be up to us to keep on the good fight, so keep fighting, keep voting, and keep... I can't really say the last one because YouTube gets mad at me for that one, but it's another F word that implies keep having kids. Homeschool your kids and live your life. And tell anyone who wants to interfere with that, they can outright themselves. Until then, this has been Zero. Have a lovely fucking day.